perhaps worse than Raila was treated by Uhuru Kenyatta. In other words,
right. I think
Ruto
we need to
is now
this
presenting as the
with
alternative
Miguna. And
to the
Dr. Miguna, if you
quo,
can hear me,
which is very interesting,
are you able
because
to
I've
hear
seen
me
a lot of
loudly and
people say
clearly?
that Ruto is the definition of the status quo. But you see, fortunately for him, he's
Dr.
now
Miguna,
made
can you hear
to
me?
be the one advancing the interests of
Right.
Kenyans
You,
who have
Dr.
been
Miguna.
marginalized, Kenyans who continue to be oppressed, Kenyans who
Dr.
continue
Miguna,
to
can
be
you hear me?
exploited. And to that extent, I think Ruto is going to beat Raila so badly.
All right, we're going to take a look at that technical hitch. But can you hear me, Dr. Miguna?
Will look like
now
like
I can hear you, but I was not hearing you. I never had anything.
Dr. Miguna, I've been listening
to
you,
you,
and I'll take that one more time. Of course, it is an intro to this particular program to set the conversation rolling. We sincerely apologize for that technical glitch, of course. I would like us to delve into the conversation of the day. He is hoping that you're well, and maybe the first question that would be able to understand from you, a lot has happened during the political space since we last had a conversation, and of course a lot of political alignments have taken place for the supporters. And of course we have had the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga having been nominated or actually the union between those two, because what is it that the flag bearer for Azimio Oka movement, and of course the Deputy President was just recently endorsed by his party UDA. From where you sit, you've said that you will be able to express your personal opinion regardless of those who are trying to untwist or give miscommunication or misinformation about where your stand is. What is your take on the current political developments right in Kenya ahead of August?
And
thank you very much, Eugene.
Scientifically
thank
proven
your station and
that there are
Kenyans for
people
watching.
that if you oppress them, if you mistreat
the first
them,
take is that I wish I was in Kenya to participate like everybody else,
adopt
but
and embrace
unfortunately the
and emulate
conspiracy of
everything that you did
has kept
to
me out
them.
of the country.
And number one, either embrace
I say the conspiracy because it is them who are keeping me out of the
their
country.
views into
I
some
have constitutional
kind of
rights
funny love,
as a
quote
Kenyan,
unquote, or
to be able to
they
vie
themselves
for any
become
office,
abusers of
or
others
to
less
participate
more
in
powerful
whatever
than
way
they are.
I deem fit within the
That
law.
may explain
And unfortunately, I can
part
only
of what
do
Raila
so
is doing. Secondly,
through video links
Raila
or
is a
through social
cynical,
media.
selfish man,
Having said that,
and also a coward.
I have followed
So
the recent
because
events.
he cannot
that
face
is,
Uhuru head on,
Raila Odinga's endorsement
he would
by
want to
Uhuru
hate
Kenyatta,
everybody who
Jubilee,
can,
and
like myself.
what I
So,
call
for example, I don't fear Uhuru. So he would want to present me as something that is
of William Ruto by UDA
unreasonable,
presidential
somebody who does not understand what is going on. But the reality is, he's just a coward,
I can see
a selfish man who
that,
cannot fight oppression,
one side,
and who has
the
decided
Raila side,
that the best way to get power and money
that they are
is
going to continue
join the
with the
oppressor.
autocratic
So
practices
that happened
of the current
during
regime.
Moi. It happened during one-party
people
dictatorship
like me
in Africa from all
who have
over
been
the
forcefully
from
exiled
each country,
from my
from
motherland,
North Africa to South
who have been
Africa,
tortured,
from west to east,
and whose rights have been
Raila's
violated.
behavior is not
He
unique
says
to that extent.
he will continue
The third
in the
point
footsteps of
is
those
that
who have
Raila
inflicted
believes
those kinds of
that
atrocities
Uhuru
on Kenyans
and
like myself.
others
For
got
the
to power through
unemployment,
stealing of elections.
because we have a runaway
And that
unemployment
the only
in
way
Kenya.
you become a
The
leader
youth in Kenya
I don't know why he thinks
unemployed
this,
at
is
the rate
when
of
the state steals
maybe
elections for you.
65%.
And he wants
or more.
now to be the
The
beneficiary
rate
of the
of
same
poverty
injustice that
and
he
the
suffered.
inability of Kenyans to
But
meet
Raila
their
forgets
basic necessities of
that in
life
2002,
is
Kibaki did not steal
astronomically
elections.
high.
Kenyans voted
Homelessness,
for Kibaki to a person
police
and
brutality,
defeated the Moi
extrajudicial
project,
killings.
who was Uhuru
When
Kenyatta.
Raila Odinga says
The same
that
way,
he's
in
going
my
to
view,
continue with
they are going to
Uhuru's,
defeat
the
Uhuru and
footsteps of
Raila
Uhuru.
in this
That's
project.
what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that
the final
all
point I want to
these
make is that
malpractices,
and
all
not to
these
Raila,
sufferings, the
Uhuru does not
runaway
want to
corruption
retire.
that has been going on for
And this point has
the
been
last
made repeatedly
10
by
years,
people like
but which
Mugabe,
have
people
become
like
worse
Atuoli, and others
since
who have said Uhuru is
2017,
too young,
he will
going
continue
nowhere
with that.
So in other words,
on the other hand,
Uhuru knows that constitutionally
I see
he cannot
Ruto
run for president
now
again.
almost like a
So
resistance
he's hiding
to the status
behind
quo.
Raila, pretending that
Because
he's
even
supporting
though
Raila, but in
technically,
fact,
legally,
he wants to
he
continue
remains the deputy
to
president
rule
of Kenya.
using Raila as his
Practically
puppet.
speaking,
And the moment Raila
Ruto is not the
becomes
deputy president.
if Raila becomes president,
And
which I don't
members
think
of the
he will,
UDA who are
but
in
if he
the
were to become
are
president through
practically
this
members
project,
of the opposition,
then they will
treated
re-engineer the
perhaps
BBI, which they
worse
say
than
that
Raila
Raila
was treated
change the
by
constitution.
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Uhuru becomes the prime
In other
minister,
words,
and
Ruto
Uhuru
is now
continues to rule
presenting
just
as
like
the
Putin
alternative
did when
to the status quo,
he changed
which is
roles,
very interesting because I've
with the
seen a lot of
gentleman
people
in
say that
Moscow.
Ruto is the
So
definition of the
this
status
is the
quo.
greatest
But
danger
you see,
to Kenya's
fortunately
democracy.
for him, he is
to
now
Kenya's,
made to be the
stability.
one
And I would
advancing
say
the interests
this is the greatest
of
challenge
Kenyans who have been
facing
marginalized, Kenyans
since Jomo
who are
Kenyatta
continue
made
to be
Kenya a
oppressed,
one-party state.
Kenyans
Right.
who continue to be exploited.
Dr. Miguna,
And to that
I want you
extent,
to maybe explain
I think
to me
Ruto is
in
going
a
to
layman's
beat Raila
language, how do
so
you
badly
explain from a
that
legal
Kibaki's
perspective,
beating
from what you
of
said,
Uhuru
the
in
deputy president
2002
seems to be
will look like
playing
a joke.
the role of
Right.
Dr. Miguna, I've been listening to you and I have a few questions.
How
just
is that
on
even supposed to be practical
statements
in
that
the
you've
current
made? Of
setup
course,
of our politics?
there is
There are those who
this
still argue
argument
that if he's
a lot
not
of people are
okay
trying
with
to
what's going on,
understand,
then by principle and
Raila
principle,
Odinga
he should
in
step
working
aside,
with,
he should resign.
The president, Uhuru Kenyatta,
I think, my
a
brother,
man
those
who,
people saying that
the supporters of
are
Raila Odinga,
either,
including yourself during that time, believe that he stole
are
elections
historical,
from you,
meaning that
and of course did
they
a
don't
lot of
understand
very,
history,
inhumane
or
things for the supporters. Then,
what they want
how would you
is what happened in
make sense
1966-69.
or make no sense
Essentially,
out of
what these people want,
the
without
union
understanding
between
the
these two?
difference
Because
between
what is it that you feel Raila Odinga is looking for in Uhuru Kenyatta?
Is to make sure that
unfortunately,
Ruto resigns,
history is
the moment
replete,
Ruto resigns,
with people who
Ruto ceases to have
suffer from the Stockholm
any
syndrome.
protection.
People
Any
who
legitimate
have been
constitutional
submission
legal protection
and now
as a
want to
person,
do everything that the
so
oppressor
that they
did.
can humiliate,
We
they
have a
can
lot of
physically
people in
harass,
history who have
they
done
can
that.
assault,
And
they can arrest, they can detain,
it's been
and they can hobble
scientifically
Ruto the
proven
same way they did to
that there are people that if you
Jaramogi
oppress
Oginga.
them, if you
Because
mistreat
without
them,
the title
if you
deputy
abuse them,
president,
they
will be able to
either
do that.
adopt
The only thing
and
from
embrace
preventing them
and
from doing
emulate
that now,
everything that you
number
did
one, the
to
title
them,
and the constitutional
and number one,
position Ruto
either
holds.
embrace
so
the
it would be
oppressor
naive for Ruto to
and
say jump
turn
into
the abuse
their
into
trap
some
or to fall
kind
into their
of
trap
funny laugh
by resigning.
or they
But
themselves
you can
become
continue to
abusers
hold that
of
office,
others less more
even if
powerful
being
than they are.
So how do you serve? How do you
that
serve, Dr.
may
Miguna,
explain,
your
part of what
your
Raila
term or your
is doing.
mandate within the remaining
Secondly,
period of this administration?
Raila
If
is a
what you say
cynical,
and what
selfish
maybe
man,
those who are pro-Ruto say
and also a coward.
he's going through, how then does
So
he continue to
because
serve? How then does
he
continue to
cannot
deliver
face
his-
Uhuru
But
head
what do
on,
you mean? A parliament serves and the
He would
MPs are
want to
serving
hate
even though we
everybody
know
who can,
that they are doing
like
it
myself.
without any complete
So, for
power.
example, I don't
They're not
fear
passing
Uhuru.
any laws.
So you want to
that
present
serve
me
the
as
people.
something
They are not
that is
advocating on behalf of the people.
unreasonable.
They are not legislating on
Somebody
behalf of the
who
people.
does not
They
understand what is
continue
going
to
on. But the
earn a
reality
salary.
is,
the
he's
civil
just a
servants
coward,
take an
a
oath
selfish
to
man
serve Kenya,
who cannot
but
fight
they're serving
oppression
one man called Uhuru
and who has
Kenyatta.
decided
They're not
that
serving
the
Kenyans.
best way
My
to
friend,
get
it would be naive to
power
think that
and
even
money
where people work like
is
yourself,
to join
that
the
there are those
oppressor.
who are not constructively
You know,
dismissed but
so
continue
that
to be
happened
paid.
during Moi.
There are people,
It happened
lots of
during
people in
one-party
Kenya
dictatorship
that
in
go
Africa
to
from
work
all over the
and just sit
from
behind
each
desks and read
country, from
newspapers, and there
North
is nothing
Africa to
productive
South
they're doing.
Africa, from west
So
to
are you
east.
telling me that
Raila's
those
behavior
people
is not
resign
unique to that
when they are
extent.
earning a salary for
The
which
third point
they are supporting their
is
families,
that
and it is not
Raila
their fault that they are
believes
not given
that
that they are given no work.
and others
It is not Ruto's fault
got to power
that
through
Uhuru
stealing
Kenyatta
of elections.
It is
And
not
that the
Ruto's
only way you
fault
become a
that Uhuru
leader in
Kenyatta has not
Kenya, I
delegated
don't know
any
why he
functions
thinks
to him.
this,
It
is
is not
when
Ruto's
the
fault
state steals
that Uhuru
elections for
Kenyatta
you.
is
And he
subverting
wants
the
now
constitution
to be the
and undermining
beneficiary
his office.
of the
It is not his
same
fault
injustice
that Uhuru
that he
Kenyatta has
suffered.
become a tyrant But Raila forgets
So why would we blame a
that in
victim
202,
of a tyrant?
Kibaki did not
Uhuru
steal
is
elections.
ruling as a
Kenyans
one-man
voted for Kibaki to a person
dictator,
and defeated the Moi project,
as if
who was
the
Uhuru
office
Kenyatta.
of president
The
belongs
same
to a
way,
person.
in my view,
The
they are
office
going
is
to
an
defeat
office
Uhuru and Raila
with
in this
hundreds
project.
of people, thousands of people.
The
What's
final
supposed to be
point I want to
serving
make is
Kenyans?
that
Uhuru is nothing but
and
a
not
symbol.
to Raila.
He's supposed to symbolize
Uhuru does not want to retire.
the unity of Kenya and be
this
able to
point
deliver
has been
functions
made
in his
repeatedly
office. But
by
no,
people like
Uhuru
Murade,
wants to be
people like
God,
Atwoli,
to be
and
worshipped,
others who have said
be
Uhuru
bowed
is too
to,
young,
so that
he's
his
going
word
nowhere.
becomes
So
the
in
law.
other words,
That's not a democracy.
Uhuru knows that
So why would
constitutionally
we
he
say
cannot
that
run
Ruto
for
should obey
president
that?
again.
Ruto should worship.
So he's hiding behind Raila.
I get
So
Miguna,
pretending
but
that he's supporting
yes.
Raila, but in fact,
what I'm saying,
he wants to continue to rule
what Ruto
using
is
Raila
doing
as his puppet.
is exactly what I
And the
expect
moment
him to
Raila
do.
becomes president,
I expect
if
Ruto
Raila
to
becomes
stay in that
president,
office
which I don't
and
think he
defy
will,
Uhuru.
but if
I
he were to
expect
become
him to stay in
president
that
through this
office
project,
and speak on behalf
then
of
they
Kenyans.
will re-engineer
I
the
expect him
BBI,
to
which
stay
they
in that
said they
office
would,
and resist
change the constitution,
their attempt
Uhuru becomes
to
the prime
reverse
minister,
all the gains
and Uhuru
that
continues to rule
we
just like
achieved
Putin did
after more than 40 years of
when
struggle.
he,
That's what I expect him
changed
to do.
roles,
And he's doing a very good job
with
at
the
it.
gentleman in Moscow.
Right. Let's talk about the game plan
this
then,
is the
because we've
greatest
seen the formations,
danger
and of course,
to Kenya's
just
democracy,
recently over the weekend we saw Kalonzo
to
Musyoka
Kenya's,
making that decision that many were
And I
looking
would
away
say
to know which
this is
side
the
is he going
greatest
to
challenge
be able to go.
facing
And
Kenyans
there's
since
been this
Jomo
claim
Kenyatta
that
made
when you look
Kenya
at the
a one-party
formations in
state.
terms of Right. the personalities and the vote Dr. Miguna, that they I come want you from, to maybe then explain the to me, Azimio movement
in
seems
the
to
layman's
have
language,
gone with
how do
this
you
already.
explain
What is your
from
take
a
on
legal
perspective? From what you said, the deputy president seems
Those
to be
people are joking.
playing the role of
let's be elementary.
the opposition within
In
government.
2017,
How
Kalonzo
is that
Musyoka was
even
Raila's
supposed to be
running mate,
practical?
correct?
In the current setup of
But
our
on
politics.
top of
There are those who
that,
still argue that if he's not okay
he
with
was
what's going on,
also
then by principle,
with,
he should
Musalia
step aside, he
Mudavadi
should resign.
And Wetangula and Kaluale.
I think, my
and
brother,
Obama,
those people saying
and
that
Jimmy Wanjigi
are
and
either
Nanok and many others, including Muvoria.
Are
All
historical,
these people
meaning
who have
that
left him, right?
they don't understand history.
But now he has only one person called Kalonzo
What they
Musyoka
want
remaining.
is what
And people are
happened
saying
in
that's
1966,
better and more
more powerful than
essentially what
when
these people want
he ran
without
in
understanding the
2017
difference between
or
1966,
2013 for that
69
matter,
and now,
or 207,
is
right?
to make sure that
How
Ruto
can less
resigns,
be more?
the moment Ruto resigns,
Logically
speaking, Ruto ceases to
Kalonzo
have is weakened.
any protection.
Kalonzo has been yodeling
and
any
wailing
legitimate
even since
constitutional
something
legal
legal
protection
protection as a person.
Kalonzo talked about
So
the
that they
betrayal
can
of Raila
humiliate,
Odinga. They can
after
physically harass,
2017.
they can assault. Kalonzo
They
said
can
that Raila should
arrest,
support him.
they can
that Raila
detain,
does not reciprocate.
and they can
He also
hobble
said that he would be the
Ruto
most
the
stupid
same way
man
they did
to support Raila Odinga.
Jaramogi
Kalonzo is
Odinga.
weakening Raila Odinga
because
support
without
of
the
Kalonzo
title
to Raila
deputy
Odinga does not
president,
get Raila Odinga any
they
votes.
will be able to do that.
It
The
actually
only thing
preventing them
demystifies
from doing
Raila
that
now,
Yeah.
apart
Number
from
one,
the fact
the
that
title and the constitutional
logically,
position Ruto holds.
one person cannot
So
be
it would
more
be
than
naive
10
for
people who
Ruto
have
to
left.
say jump into
Raila Odinga
their
is not
trap
the same
or to
Raila Odinga
fall
that
into
ran
their
in
trap,
2017.
by resigning.
Not only is he older,
but you can
not only is he more
continue to
confused,
hold that office.
not
even
only
if
has
being
he lost
undermined.
the credentials
So how do you
of
serve? How do you
authentic
serve, Dr. Miguna,
fighter to Kenya's democracy,
your term or
and
your
now he's
mandate
embracing
within the remaining
everything
period
that
of
he
this
resisted
administration?
throughout his
if
life,
what you
he
say
has
and
been left
what
alone
maybe those who are
and
pro-Ruto
naked.
say
And he has been
going
exposed.
through, how
Maybe
then does he
maybe
continue
he's
to
just
serve? How then
reincarnated or probably
What do you
changed
mean?
tactic?
A parliament
Let
serves
me
and
just
the
finish
MPs are
that.
serving,
Yes.
even though we
And
know
he's been exposed
that
as
they
a
are doing
hypocrite.
it without any concrete
So
power.
let's go to
They're
the
not passing
changing
any
of
laws
tactic
Yes.
that serve the people.
I have seen people
They are
argue
not
as
advocating on
Kenyans
behalf of the
belong to
people.
Raila Odinga.
They are not legislating on behalf
Kenyans
of the
don't
people.
belong to Raila
They
Odinga.
continue to
Kenyans
earn
don't
a
have to
salary.
support Raila
The
Odinga.
civil servants take an oath
Kenyans were
to
only
serve
supporting
Kenyans.
Raila Odinga
And
and
they are serving one man
repeatedly.
called Uhuru Kenyatta.
When
They're
he
not
was
serving
the
Kenyans.
legitimate
My friend,
resistor.
it would be naive to think that
When
even
he
when people work like
symbolized
yourself,
the resistance
that
to
there are
oppression,
those who are not constructively
to
dismissed
dictatorship,
but continue to be paid.
when he was
there are people,
giving
lots of people in
voice
Kenya
to the aspirations
that go to
of the
work
people,
and
Raila
just sit
Odinga
behind
is no
desk
more.
and read newspapers.
This
And there is
Raila
nothing
Odinga is a
productive they are
project.
doing. of Uhuru
So
Kenyatta.
are you telling me
Who
that
is
those
not
people
only
should
a
resign
shield when they are
the
earning a
worst
salary
kind
for
of
which they are supporting their
autocratic
family,
and
the
it is not
Kenyatta
their
family,
fault that they are not
the
given,
family that has
that
planned
they're
and given
Kenya
no
to
work.
death.
It is not
But
Ruto's fault.
he's being
that
backed
Uhuru
by
Kenyatta's
billionaires.
It is
Whose
not
source of
Ruto's
wealth
fault
Kenyans don't
that
know.
Uhuru Kenyatta has not
And
delegated
whose
any
wealth
functions to him.
is inimical
It is not Ruto's
to the
fault
productivity
that Uhuru
and
Kenyatta is
prosperity
of 50
subverting
million
the
Kenyans.
constitution
So
and undermining
you can
his
have
office.
a person. It is not his fault
Who
that
10
Uhuru
years
Kenyatta has
ago
become a tyrant, was representing
So why
the
would we
aspirations
blame
of
a
the people.
victim of a tyrant?
But that person
Uhuru
can
is
change
ruling as a
and become a renegade.
one-man, just like Raila has done. It's
dictator.
not just Raila.
This has happened over time.
The office
If you
of
go
president
to Nicaragua,
belongs to a person.
Ortega,
Used
the
to be
office
a
is an
socialist.
office. Used to be loved
With
by
hundreds
Nicaraguans
of people,
because
thousands
he
of people
represented
who
their
are supposed to be
aspirations.
serving Kenya. Ortega is just like any
Uhuru
other
is
dictator.
nothing but a symbol.
If you
He's
go to
supposed
Burkina
to
Faso,
symbolize
Compore,
the unity of Kenya
and be able to deliver
led the
functions in
revolution.
his office.
They were the
But
two
no,
people that led the
Uhuru
revolution.
wants to be
And
God,
were able to
be
transform
worshipped,
Burkina Faso
to be
with
bowed down,
democracy and became
So
a dictator
why
like
would
any
we say
other
that
African
Ruto
big
should
man.
obey that?
When you
Ruto
go to
should
Zimbabwe,
worship.
you understand? Mugabe was loved.
I get you, Miguna, but
in 1982. When
What
he
I'm
led
saying,
the,
what I'm
the,
saying,
the ZANU Patriotic
what
Front
Ruto is doing
and was
is
overwhelmingly
exactly
voted
what
by
I
Zimbabwe.
expect him to do.
Sooner,
I expect
that
Ruto
later,
to stay
he
in that
became just like
office
another
and
tyrant
defy
dictator.
Uhuru.
In Uganda
I
here,
expect him to stay in that
Museveni
office
led
and
a
speak on behalf of
resistance
Kenyans.
against the
I
status
expect
quo
him to stay in that
with
office
kids and other young people.
the
There's
Raila
been this
Odinga
claim
that
when you look at the formations in terms of the
kind of Raila Odinga
personalities
that
and the
people knew,
vote
and a lot of
regions that they
those
come
who are
from,
supporting him,
then
or who
the
are his
Azimio movement
supporters,
seems
are
to
also
have
wondering,
this is
gone
not the
with
same
this
Raila
already.
Odinga who
What is your
would
take
say
on that?
there is this corruption scandal cooking, and then a few days
Those people are
to the
joking.
news you see
So-
that the
so,
actual thing has actually happened.
Let's be
And
elementary.
then there's also someone who said
In 2017,
because the
Kalonzo
opposition was
Musyoka
weakened,
was
and
Raila's
that
running mate,
opposition
correct?
means
Correct.
Raila Odinga was weakened.
But
His
on top of
supporters
that,
ask, does he have a birthright
he was
of being the
also
opposition leader?
with,
That all the
Musalia
things that you
Mudavadi
said are supposed to be
and
done by him?
Wetangula
And if it is
and
not him doing them,
Kaluande
then he's bad?
and
That's not what I'm
Mugamba
saying.
and Jimmy Wanjigi.
I'm not saying Raila
and
should have been
Nano,
opposition
and
leader
many
throughout.
others,
After all,
including
yes.
Muvoria.
all
led the
these people
resistance
who have
that
left
he
the
betrayed.
right in 2018.
But now he
That
has
resistance
only
was
one
supposed to
person
make him
called
president,
Kalonzo
but he
Musyoka
betrayed it
remaining.
and went to bed
And
with
people are saying
the people
that
better and more
rigged
powerful
out of power
than, and as a
when
matter of fact,
he ran in
the conspiracy
2017.
was to kill me.
or
He
2013
left
for that
the
matter.
struggle. He
Or
could have gotten to
207,
power through
right?
the struggle.
How
He could have
can
gotten
less
to power
be more?
by remaining who he is,
Logically
and winning
speaking.
elections the same way
Kalonzo is
that
weakened.
Hichilema did in Zambia.
Kalonzo
He
has
didn't have
been
to sell out
yodeling and wailing.
All I'm saying,
since he
you
signed
don't have to
something
be a
he did not read.
sellout to become president.
Kalonzo talked about the betrayal
He just
of Raila
needed to be
Odinga
himself
after
and remain
2017.
true to the
Kalonzo
cause.
said that
And
Raila
Kenyans would have
supported
rewarded
him,
him
that
by
Raila
elected him.
does not
Now he has
reciprocate.
left it to Ruto.
He also
Ruto is
said
going
that
to
he
win
will be the most stupid
because
man
they have changed
to
roles.
support
Ruto
Raila
is now
Odinga.
more popular
Kalonzo
than
is
Raila
weakening
because he's
Raila
playing
Odinga.
exactly the same
Support
politics
of
Raila
Kalonzo
played.
to Raila Odinga
So what
does
I'm
not
saying
get
is
Raila
this.
Odinga any votes.
Raila was rigged.
It
But he had
actually
won.
demystifies
Raila could have
Odinga.
made sure this time,
Apart from the fact
that
that
the rigging does not
logic
happen, and he wins and takes power popularly. But now what
one
is he
person
doing?
cannot be more than 10
saying
people who have left.
That rigging is good,
Raila Odinga is
And
not the
electoral
same Raila
justice
Odinga
is
that
bad.
ran in 2017.
and he's willing
not only is he
to
older,
go
not
not
only is
just
he more confused,
to support
not only
the
has he
project,
lost the credentials
but to
of
say
being an
that he will
authentic
continue with the project
fighter to
of
Kenya's
forever.
democracy,
that this
and
is
now
the
he's
greatest thing
embracing
that ever
everything
happened.
that he resisted.
You see,
throughout
this is
his
what I
life.
don't understand. He has
Right.
been left alone.
He has
and
lost.
naked.
But
And he has
actually,
been
maybe
exposed all the
maybe
values,
he's just
all the
reincarnated or
values,
probably changed
all the
tactic. I mean,
ideals
let me
that
just
made
finish.
Kenyans
Yes.
love him.
And he's been exposed as
Right,
a
Dr.
hypocrite.
I want to ask you
So-
this
so-
because
so let's go to the
it's a common
changing of
saying that
tactics.
you cannot
Yes.
do same things
I
over
have
and
seen
over
people
again and
argue as
expect
if
a different
Kenyans
result.
belong to
And
Raila
over
Odinga.
and over again, Raila Odinga has
Kenyans
been
don't
losing
belong to Raila
the
Odinga.
election, and
Kenyans
you
don't
said
have
he
to
wins
support Raila Odinga.
rigged out.
but he's never been declared president.
And have made
if he's changing tact right now, especially I want to say this, putting a caveat to the idea of the numbers from the mountain
the resistance
region,
to oppression,
because I spoke just the other day to the Secretary General of Jubilee Party, and for him, he said that Raila has been consistent on his voter numbers over the years of elections, and over those periods, he only missed out on the central Kenya vote, which now they are assuring him through the union and the partnership of the president.
The family that
how do you see this
Kenya
playing out with him or for him?
But he's being backed by billionaires whose source of wealth Kenyans don't know. And
because somebody came and said
is inimical to the productivity and prosperity of 50
why
million
did he support Raila in 2007?
So you can
why
have a
did Tutu
person
support Raila in 2013
who
if he knew Raila
10
was
years
popular?
ago,
if he knew Raila was correct, why did he
aspirations
support him in 2017, 2018?
But that person
Why was he
can change
supporting the
and
people
become
that
a
were not
renegade,
correct?
just like Raila?
So how did
It's
he
not
just come
Raila.
up?
This
How
has
did he
happened
wake
over
up
time.
all of a sudden
If you
and
go
realize
to
Raila
Nicaragua,
was
Ortega
correct? You see, this is the hypocrisy you must demystify.
Used to be loved by
Now, to
Nicaragua
answer your question directly,
because he represented
so
the
let's go to
the today Ortega is just like any other dictator.
Numerals.
The numbers.
If you go to Burkina Faso,
basic things.
Compore, when he took power
1
with
plus
Sankara,
1
they led the revolution.
two, isn't it?
They were the two people that led the revolution.
So if I say
and
1 plus
were able
1
to transform
is 2,
Burkina Faso
and the
within
teacher marks
3
me
years,
correct,
Compore
does
then
that
overthrew
make 1
Sankara
plus 2
and
3?
became a dictator like any other African big man.
It's still 2.
When you go to Zimbabwe, so if the teacher
was
continuously marks
Zimbabweans
me
in
incorrect,
1992,
when he
which
led
is wrong, because the teacher is just
uh,
deciding,
the
I'm not
patriotic
going to
front,
give Miguna
and
marks,
was overwhelmingly
getting the
voted
sum
by
correct,
Zimbabweans.
but I'm not giving him the grade, right?
Then
Yes.
later, he became just
Should
like
I
another
change
kind
and
of
start saying
dictator.
1 plus
In
1
Uganda
is 10?
here,
Because
Museveni
the teacher is wrong and I must be
a
wrong like the
resistance
teacher to
against
pass.
the status quo.
You see what I mean?
Kids
Yes.
and other young
So the
people.
point is,
and took over power.
if you are correct,
Today, Museveni
if
is just
you
like
are
another
right,
dictator. So you can't
does
say
not matter
all these examples
how
I'm
many
giving
times
you,
they shout
which
wrong,
are
wrong,
all
wrong.
real.
You continue
Happen,
being
but
correct.
Raila is different.
And especially
So
when
Raila
it
is
comes
just
to
like
matters
them.
of values.
As he grew older,
You do not
he
say,
became more retrogressive.
today I don't
His
believe in
politics
justice,
became more backward.
because they have
And he's just
detained
like any
me
other
every
primitive
time
dictator.
I have said
Dr.
justice.
I mean, this is why I'm
I don't
asking
believe
you,
in
because
truth and honesty.
this is the Raila Odinga
And I don't
that
believe in
you've
integrity.
painted the picture
I don't
of
believe
the
in-
kind of
in-
Raila
in
Odinga that people knew.
democracy
And a lot of
or
those who
pluralism,
are supporting him or who are his
because they
supporters
have
are also wondering,
stigmatized
this is not
me
the same Raila Odinga
and
who would
are
say there is this
abusing me.
corruption scandal
You understand?
cooking,
Like
and
in
then
my
a few
case,
days to
people have
the
been
news you
telling
see
me
that the actual
to
thing
become
has
like
actually happened.
Raila.
And
become a
then
hypocrite,
there's also someone who said
become
because
selfish,
the opposition was weakened, and that
denigrate
opposition means
and
Raila Odinga was
invalidate
weakened.
my values.
His supporters
so that I
ask,
can get,
does he have a
what
battle
Raila is
of
getting
being the
today?
opposition leader?
But you
that,
see,
that all the things that
there
you
is a
said are
difference.
supposed to be done
And
by
I hope
him.
you're hearing
And
me
if it is
correctly,
not him
because I
doing them,
can't
then
hear.
it's bad.
That's not what I'm
with you,
saying.
Doctor, I'm with you.
You
I'm
see,
not saying Raila should have been opposition.
there is a
leader
man
throughout.
called
After
Che
all,
Guevara.
Yes.
I
Ernesto Che
led the
Guevara.
resistance that he betrayed.
He was an
in
Argentine
2018.
revolutionary.
That resistance
Who
was
left
supposed to make him
Argentina,
president, but
went
he
to
betrayed
Mexico,
it and went to bed
met
with
up with
the
Cuba,
people that
with Castro,
rigged him out
and
of
his
power.
brother Raul.
And as a matter of
They
fact,
trained
the conspiracy
in
was
Mexico,
to kill me.
crossed
He
with
left
a
the
few
struggle.
volunteers,
He could have gotten
and
to
ended
power
up
through the struggle.
overthrowing
He could have
Batista
gotten to power
in
by remaining who he
1959
is
in
and
Cuba,
winning elections
and
the same
transformed
way
Cuba to what we know
Hichilema
today.
did in Zambia. He didn't
Now,
have to
Che
sell out.
Guevara
All I'm
decided to
saying,
go an international
you don't have to be a sellout to become president.
to India and Bolivia,
He just needed
and
to be
eventually
himself
was captured in Bolivia
and remain
and killed like a
true
dog
to
alone.
the cause. And
Che
Kenyans
Guevara
would
went
have
to his
rewarded him
grave
by electing
with
him.
nothing.
Now he has left it
Didn't
to
have a
Ruto.
bank
Ruto is
account,
going to win.
didn't have a vehicle,
Because they have changed roles.
didn't
Ruto
have
is now more
anything,
popular than
didn't have a
Raila.
house.
Because he's playing exactly the
today,
same politics Raila played.
It is
So
Che
what I'm saying
Guevara
is this.
who is the hero
Raila
of
was
all
rigged,
revolutionary movements
but he
in
had
the
won.
world. Che Guevara's
Raila
name
could have
lives
made
forever.
sure this time
Whereas we forgot
that
about
the rigging
Mobutu
does not
Sese
happen. And he
who had
wins
the
and
entire
takes
world.
power.
We
Popular.
forgot Idi
But now
Amin,
what is he doing?
who had
He's
power
saying
and
that rigging
everything.
is good,
We
and
will soon
electoral
forget about
justice
Jomo
is bad.
Kenyatta and more,
and he's willing
but we will never forget
to
about Che Guevara
go
or
not just
Nkrumah or Pio
to
Pinto
support
or any
the
of these
project.
great revolutionaries.
but to say that
The
he will
lesson
continue
I
with
am
the
trying to
project
tell you is this:
forever.
that this is the greatest thing Raila is pursuing is nothing. You see, this is what I don't understand.
Right.
He has lost. Power is transient. This glory that Raila is seeking, this wealth that he's seeking, all the ideals be gone tomorrow. Made Kenyans and people will forget about it very quickly.
Right, Dr. I want to ask you this because it's a common saying that you cannot do the same things over and over again and expect
undermined and betrayed.
And
all
over and over
the
again, Raila Odinga has been losing
that we have fought for from time immemorial.
He wins
values
out,
that make
but
us
he's
human.
never been declared president. And
right?
if
so
he's changing tack right now, especially I want to say
about
this,
degrading
putting a caveat to
values.
the idea of
Raila's
the numbers
degraded
from
the
the mountain
now it's
region.
Kenyans must
because I spoke just the other day to the Secretary General of Jubilee Party,
9th,
and for him, he said that Raila has been consistent on his voter numbers over the years of elections.
I want us to move
and over those periods,
probably look at
he only missed out on the
central
Kenya from an issue-based perspective in terms
they are
of
assuring him
through the union of the partnership with the president for August 9. How do you see this? We know that for William Ruto, what he's pushing is actually to deal with the issue of the national debt. He has pronounced himself very clearly on that. He's talking about the youth unemployment, of course, dealing with the high cost of living. And especially
why did he support Raila in 2007?
Through the bottom-up
why didn't you support Raila in 2013?
Raila Odinga says
if he knew Raila was popular.
6,000
if he knew Raila was correct, why didn't he support him in 2017, 2018? Why was he supporting the people that were not correct? So how did he just come up, how did he wake up all of a sudden and realize Raila was correct? You see, this is the hypocrisy.
Looking at these two people who are
considered now to answer your question directly,
August 9 vote.
So let's go to the numerals.
Why is it that you feel William Ruto, because you say that he's going to beat Raila Odinga from these issues? Yes. How do you feel? What makes you believe that he's going to deliver on these things that he said?
Isn't it?
Yes.
But first of all, so if I say 1 + 1 is 2, and a teacher marks me incorrect, because let's look at the speeches they gave when they were nominated for their respective parties. It's still correct? 2, correct. Isn't it?
Correct.
So I listened to Ruto's So if the teacher continuously marks me incorrect, it which is wrong because the teacher is just deciding. I'm not going to give Miguna marks for
everything
getting the sum correct. But we have to be fair here. Should I change and start saying 1 + this is the only time they lay down because the teacher is wrong and I must be wrong like the teacher? Check manifesto by manifesto. You see what I mean? Spoke about the rule of law. The point is, he talked about operationalizing the judiciary fund. If you are right, it does not matter.
Yes.
How many times they shout wrong. I'm not going to subscribe. I'm not going to repeat what you did. And especially when it comes to matters of values. And I listen to the speeches. So I'm telling you. Do not say, today I don't believe in justice. He talked about because they have detained me every time I have said justice. He said people should not. I don't believe in use the institutions, and I don't believe in integrity. I don't believe in democracy. That there has to be financial independence of all the independent institutions. Because they have stigmatized me and the gender abusing me. He talked about like the economic impoverishment. People have been telling me talked about the inequality to become like Raila. He talked about everything that I've been talking about since 1987. That is why I hailed the speech and invalidate my value, corruption, so that I can guess these guys have borrowed 7 trillion. But you see, don't know where this money went. There is a difference, and I hope you're hearing me correctly because I can't flip that and compare to Raila Odinga. You see, Raila Odinga said he will continue. There is a man called the footsteps of Uhuru Kenyatta. He will continue with the same policy. It was an agenda. We know where those policies have brought us. Who did not condemn human rights to Mexico. He did not condemn the misuse of the institutions. He did not condemn the attempt to subvert the constitution. Crossed with a few volunteers. He did not condemn and ended up the disobedience of overthrowing Batista. He did not condemn the abuse of the judiciary in Cuba and the disregard for the rule of what we know today. So when you compare the two, now given the fact that I am decided to go an internationalist of revolutionary rule of law to India and Bolivia, and eventually was captured in Bolivia and killed like a dog alone. Upholding the Che Guevara went to his grave, making sure with nothing. Are obeyed. He didn't have a bank account. He didn't have a vehicle. He didn't have anything. This is also about a house.
Correct.
But today,
I was forced out of
it
Kenya
is Che Guevara
tortured and detained,
who is the hero of all revolutionary movements.
Ruto is the only one who said
Che
he will allow me back
forever.
Whereas we forgot about Mobutu Sese Seko. Yet I am here
the entire world
of swearing him in.
Idi Amin,
but he's not been arrested. His house has not been destroyed. He's not called for even compensation.
We will soon forget about
people who destroyed my house.
And more.
Instead,
but we will never forget about
he said Matiang'i is a very important man, a very good man,
or any
somebody
of
will
these
revolutionaries.
Matiang'i is one of the
lesson I am
trying to tell you is this.
So how would anyone,
this thing Raila
in their right mind,
is nothing.
Say Miguna should support the people
who
it's power is who destroyed his house.
This glory
who removed
that Raila is
seeking,
who are blocking him from coming in, is by the way be gone tomorrow, and people will forget about him very quickly, and people will spit where he's buried because he's devalued, as he's
on February 6th,
he's undermined and betrayed all the values
members of parliament came and
we have fought for from time immemorial, values that make us
the Secretary
human.
General of ODM,
so it's not about changing
Wanga and
it's about degrading.
We're saying I should have been killed.
Raila's degraded the values. Now it's Kenyans
when I came back on March
very
26,
perpendicularly
2018,
on August 9,
Raila was caught talking to Matiang'i on the phone, telling Matiang'i to block me from coming into the country when he was pretending that he was there
now and
to help
look
me
at
come in.
Why
These are the people you are talking
from an
about.
issue-based perspective
These
in terms of what is setting the agenda for this vote.
If you
for
put
August
yourself
9,
in my position,
we know that
if I came and abducted
for
you
William
from your
Ruto,
house
what he's pushing
and
is
made
actually
sure
to
that I
deal with the issue
destroyed
of the
it,
national
detained
debt.
you
He's
and took
pronounced
you out of
himself
your
very
house.
clearly on that.
One time even
He's talking
sedating
about
you.
the youth unemployment, but
Would
of
I
course
be in my
dealing
right
with
mind
the high
to
cost
ask
of living
you to support the
and
person who did that to you?
especially moving towards this through the
think
bottom-up
logically,
model. You would know. Raila Odinga says he's going to give
that
out
is why
6,000 stipend
the
for
question,
the unemployed.
are you
He's also going to
supporting
fight corruption?
or not supporting?
He's also
Actually,
going to
let me
deal
rephrase that.
with the
You're
youth
not supporting
unemployment
Raila Odinga because
of
of
course
all
tax
that,
reliefs
right?
for SMEs and deal with the high
All
cost
that plus
of
what
living.
now he
Dr.
represents,
Miguna,
plus the fact
without
that he's in bed
probably looking at
with,
any other thing, looking at these
with the
two
single
people who
most,
are considered the front runners in the
destructive
August 9
element
vote,
in Kenya. The person
why is
who
it that you feel
threatens
William Ruto, because you
the
say
rule of
that
law,
he's going to beat Raila
democracy,
Odinga from
and
these issues?
constitutionalism,
How do you feel? What makes you
of
believe
Kenya,
that he's going to
which is
deliver
Uhuru Kenyatta.
on these things that he says?
But first of all, he's in bed with that summary of issues. So putting him in power means this will continue
because
for another 100 years.
Speeches they gave when they
for
were
us to
nominated
stop this,
for their respective
we have to
parties,
defeat
correct?
them.
Correct.
Otherwise,
So I listened to Ruto's
we will
speech,
have a
just
situation
yesterday,
where
right?
Yes.
power will
It went
be a
far
choreographed
beyond
game
what you just went through.
between
Correct.
he
I can't
returned
mention everything because
the
I'm just
Kenyatta
summarizing.
boy.
No, but we have to
Just
we have to be fair here.
50 million Kenyans
We have to be
will just
fair
be
here
subjects.
because this is
They're
the only
slaves.
time they laid
And I
down
can't
their
accept
manifesto. So we have
Dr.
to check manifesto
Another
by
concern
manifesto.
is the issue of
He
the role
spoke
of
about
the
the rule
international
of law.
community in
He talked
our
about
democratic
operationalizing
processes
the
back
judiciary
here
fund.
in Kenya.
And
He talks
setting
about
free the organs
from
like
your
KRA.
perspective,
Yes.
Can I finish?
because
Can I finish?
during the times
I'm not going to
when, you were
subscribe.
with,
I'm not
Raila
going to
Odinga,
repeat
he
what
would
you
go
did.
and actually
Because I have a
you
brain
even
of my
mentioned how
own,
you would
and I
prepare
listen
notes
to
for
the
him and
speeches.
he would not be able to
So I'm
deliver
telling
to them
you,
those notes.
he
I'm
talked
talking
about the rule of law.
recent trip
He talked
by
about
Deputy
constitutionalism.
President to the UK.
He talked
and
about the
US,
Bill
and
of
now
Rights.
the former
He
Prime
said
Minister
people
is
should
also
not
out there.
use the institutions
I would like to read
meant
your thoughts
to
on how
deliver
significant
justice.
these trips are going
That there
to
has to be financial
in
independence
the
of
August
all the
vote
independent
agenda
institutions.
setting.
He talked about the gender rule.
So they're
He
significant,
talked about the
at a
economic
different level.
impoverishment. He talked about the
in
inequality.
terms of votes,
He
they are
talked
not
about
significant.
everything that
A
I've been
trip
talking
to
about
US,
since
to
1987.
Washington, D.C.
That is why I
or
hailed
to
the
New
speech.
York, or
He
to London.
attacked corruption.
Will not make
He
you
says
president.
these guys have borrowed 7 trillion,
Right?
which
Will
they
not
don't
make you
know where this
president,
money
will not
went
make
to
people
in
vote
the
for
last 4 years. Now, flip
international
that
relations
and compare to
credentials
Raila
will
Odinga.
not get you elected.
Raila Odinga said
Because
he will
if he
continue
did, Raila
with
would
the
have been
footsteps
elected
of Uhuru
and
Kenyatta.
would have become president.
Will continue with the same
2013
policies.
when both
you know where
Ruto
those policies
and
are
Uhuru were
brought us.
facing
He did not
charges
condemn
against him.
human rights abuse.
But they were the ones
He did
who
not
became
condemn the
president
misuse of the
and deputy
institutions.
president.
He did not condemn
So,
the
to
attempt
that extent,
to subvert the
they are not
constitution
significant.
and change it.
However,
he did not condemn
because
the disobedience of
we
court
live
orders.
in a
It did
global
not condemn
village,
the abuse of the judiciary
where
and the disregard
states
for the rule of law.
trade with each
So
other,
when you compare the two,
where states
and given the
do
fact that
diplomacy
I am
with
a
one
very
another,
strong proponent
where
of democracy and the rule of law, of course I will support the person who is calling for the rule of law, respect for human rights,
are important,
upholding the constitution,
especially
making sure
after
court
the
orders are
pandemic,
obeyed. And by
when
the
you
way,
saw how
to
African
be
countries were
personal,
not able to get the vaccine
because this is also
on
about
time,
you.
and now as you see what is
I
going
was forced
on
out
in
of
Ukraine,
Kenya after being tortured and detained and my house
it
destroyed.
is important that
Ruto
one
is the only one who
understands
said
how the world
he
works
will allow me back immediately.
and tries
Raila
to
Odinga has called me a
engage
backing
with
dog.
the players
Yet
at
I am
different
here
levels.
courtesy
So
of
to that
swearing
extent,
in.
engagement
But he's not been
at an
arrested.
international
His
level
house has not been
is
destroyed.
important.
He's not called for even
Exposure
compensation
to
for
international
people who
players.
destroyed my house. Instead, he's praising them. He said Matiang'i is a very important man, a very good man, somebody you will work with. But really,
Matiang'i
is one
it
of the
is
agents of Uhuru who did this to
overblown.
me.
It is
Because at
overblown.
the end, how would anyone in their right mind say Miguna should support the people who tortured him, who destroyed his house, who removed at the end of the day, if you are blocking him from coming in? And by the way, Anangwe, this I'm going to say for the first time, was transforming Burkina Faso, I've never said it before. People like him were very few. When I was taken to Kajiado, and he met a lot of resistance from the international community.
Yes.
But the international community are not the ones who eradicated that child mortality, almost eradicated,
the Secretary General
of Food Insecurity, and brought stability to Burkina Faso, and was saying I should have been killed, I should not have been released. Employment to the youth. When it was embarrassed policy on March 26, even though he was very unpopular with those policies, was caught at the international stage on the phone. The same can be said to block Gaddafi coming into the country. The same can be said when he was pretending that he was Castro to help. These are the people you are talking about. Castro of Cuba and the guy from Libya. Gaddafi of Libya. If you put yourself in my position, because they did transform their countries, but they were very unpopular with the Americans and whatnot. Sure so popularity internationally does not necessarily mean that the candidate is good for the country. Would I be in my right mind to move away from that, but I want to ask you to support the person who did that to you?
The Pan-Africanist you are,
I think logic
you would not.
Some of our leaders,
and probably that is why
to
the question,
are you supporting or not supporting,
regardless of who it is that has gone? You're not supporting Raila Odinga because we rarely see any of their candidates coming here.
All that plus what now he represents, plus the fact that
speak about anything at our universities, maybe University of Nairobi,
with the single most
or any other. Don't you feel that
destructive
we
element
are
in
still
Kenya,
promoting neocolonialism through these kind of things? Why do we find it is very important and very significant
and constitutionalism,
head all the way
stability
to the UK,
of
US
Kenya,
to be able to
which is
articulate what we want to give or to do to our country?
So he's in bed with that. To say that a visit to putting him in power means this will continue for another 100 years.
Is much more rapid.
For us to stop this, we have to defeat them.
Much more historical.
We will have a situation where you could be a neo-colonial puppet, will just be a choreographed
without traveling
game
to Britain.
Between
Jomo Kenyatta never traveled to Britain, but he was a
Kenyatta, Moi, and the Odinga family. There are a lot of African leaders who have never traveled. 50 million Kenyans will just be subjects. So you can be a puppet even in Africa. I can't accept that. Bokassa was a puppet without traveling
another
much.
Concern is the issue of the role of the international community.
Yes, I agree with you
our democratic
that elevating
in
the
Kenya.
trips
I want to read
as
from
the
your
sine qua non for
during
development or progress
you were with
or
Odinga, he
to
would
be known as
actually you even
the better candidate
notes for him and would not be able
is to be logical and is to pander
the recent
to
trip
all the bad
by
things that
Deputy
we should
President
be running
to
away
the
from.
UK and US, and now the former Prime Minister is also out there.
Self-empowerment
I'd like to read your thoughts on
being
how
conscious
significant
of who you are,
these trips
and
are
being
going
proud
to
of
be,
who you are, your
in
culture,
the August vote
and your continent, and your
setting.
people. It's a very important thing. A lot of these leaders, and Raila in particular, suffer from low self-esteem. I don't know how many of you have engaged with him on a personal level. When Raila is in a room with white people or Indians or Chinese, he behaves differently than when he's in a room full of Africans.
Will not make you president.
because he suffers from low self-esteem.
Will not make you president. Will not make people
if Raila was to be given an opinion
international
by
relations
credentials
will not get
who
you
is
elected.
white, because he will consider it an expert opinion.
Raila would have been elected,
an opinion he would not take
become president
from
in
an African
2013
professor.
when both Ruto and
there is a
Uhuru were
problem
facing charges at
that
the
we
Hague.
have.
But they were the
Some
ones
of
who
our
became president,
so-called
and
leaders.
deputy president.
And Raila is one of them.
So, to that extent,
Dr. Can we now
they
talk
are
a
not
bit
significant.
about
However,
local politics in this particular sense
because
now,
we live
the
in a
Nairobi
global
electoral
village,
seat, I would like you to just confirm this,
where
that you want to take a stab at the seat one more time.
trade with each other, where states would diplomacy with one another,
want to take a stab,
but where
subject to
intergovernmental relations,
which I'm not going to discuss
interstate relations,
one of them
and
is to
contracts and other things
find
are
a party
important,
that would,
especially
on
after the pandemic. When you
because I
saw
tried to
how
register
African
parties
countries
and
were
who
not
made
able
sure
to get the vaccine
that his
on
agents and
time,
the
and
political
now
parties
as you
registrar
see
refused to
what is
register
going on in Ukraine,
all three parties that are wanted to register.
It is
They just refuse to
important
approve the
that
names.
one understands how the world works.
Unfortunately, because
and
of the
tries
kind of
to engage
so-called
with the players
fake alliances
at different
that
levels
are being constructed.
So to that extent,
I may decide not to
engagement
run
at an international level,
if
is
it
important.
is going to
exposure,
inconvenience
to
the
international
party or
play.
inconvenience me vis-a-vis where that party falls in the so-called coalitions that I've already built. But really, it is
right. So
overblown.
You want to divulge more details.
It is
because at the end,
on this direction.
Because I don't want to inconvenience and embarrass anyone, and I would rather work with those parties quietly. If it works, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't, then I will not run, because it's not easy. When Sankara was transforming Burkina Faso as an independent, people like him were very few. It would be, and he met a lot of resistance from the international community. I had a political party, but the international community are not the ones who eradicated child mortality.
You had mentioned something, and you said that you are still waiting for CJ
and brought stability to Burkina Faso, and
to
brought
actually
productivity
execute what you had promised. And you said you must keep demanding that each one of us remain fruitful,
even though he was very unpopular with those policies
from Uhuru
at the international stage. The same can be said of Gaddafi of Cuba. The same can be said of Castro.
It would be nice to just hear from you.
Castro of Cuba.
Is there anything that you feel they had promised but Gaddafi of Libya
for clarity, Dr.
Because they did transform their countries, but they were very unpopular with the Americans.
You guys are in Nairobi.
So popularity internationally does not necessarily mean you've interviewed the candidate. Why didn't you just ask him? Or if you have not interviewed
him, I want to move away from that, but I want to ask you this, Dr. Yeah, I've not interviewed him. The Pan-Africanist you are.
Yeah, Dr. Mutunga on the 12th.
Some of our leaders have continued to promote colonialism
of October. You announced that you're traveling to Ontario,
of who it is that has gone.
Canada.
Because we rarely see any of their candidates
back to
coming
Kenya.
here
Why did
to
you
talk
make
to
the
us, give
because
lectures or speak about anything at our
at
universities.
First,
maybe
it was a lie, and I call it a lie because that's what it was.
Don't you feel that,
that
we are still promoting
we were late in submitting
kind of
our
Why do
documents
we
for
find
visa?
it is very important and very
A
significant?
person of
all the
a
way
former
to the
chief
UK,
justice,
US to be able
or even
to
a cabinet
articulate
minister,
what we want to give
or a
to
former
the
cabinet
country.
minister, or even a person in my stature when I was in Kenya.
To London,
You don't even go to the embassy.
Simplistic.
You send somebody a message
is much
or
more rapid,
much more
to the embassy with a letter and a passport,
much more
with the historical
required funds. And they will issue you a colonial puppet, multiple embassies without traveling to Britain. So Jomo Kenyatta never traveled to Britain, but he was a puppet. And you're not able to get the visa. There are a lot of African leaders who have never traveled, but they're puppets. Within 2 weeks, maximum, you can be a puppet, even in Africa. This Bokassa was a puppet without traveling much. And we are at the end of, but yes, I agree with you, March, past that elevating March in 2022, the trips. Don't you see? Sine qua non. I mean, anybody would be disappointed. Development, not just that he didn't progress, but that he lied. Or you see, to be known as there are things I expect from Raila Odinga or William Ruto, any of these people, is to be logical office and is to pander. But I don't all the bad things of a jury should be running away from. I don't expect this of a judge. a retired Supreme Court judge, Chief Justice, and President of the Supreme Court, of who you are, and head of the judiciary, and being proud of to lie like your culture, and Mutunga lied, and your people. And this is not the very important he has lied to me. A lot of these leaders, he lied to me in 2012. When he said he was going to preside over my I don't know how many of you have, and he never showed up on a personal level. He reneged on it. When Raila is in a room with white every time, Indians must be brought to account. He behaves differently than when he's in a room full of Africans. And that's so apparent. For that, because he suffers from low self-esteem. And if Mutunga can do that repeatedly, even if Raila was to imagine what he was doing, an opinion by a truck driver in Britain as a judge. You will consider it an expert opinion. Imagine what others are doing. An opinion you don't take from an African person. Unless we call these people to account, there is a problem. We will never have with some of our African that is presided over by men and women of integrity.
Right. Dr. Can we now talk a bit about
and so if this was the
politics
case,
in this particular sense now,
I have hosted the Nairobi politicians who have actually also said
confirm this,
that the moment they take office, you'll be back in this
country.
country. One more time. Ruben Kigame himself said the same thing. Musalia Mudavadi
yes,
said
I would.
the same. Now the deputy president
want
has
to take
also
a
said
start,
that.
but subject
Don't you question
to a number of things, which I'm not going to
believability of what they are saying?
one of them
is
period,
and anything can be political rhetoric.
Find
Don't you question why aren't they doing anything right now to also at least show you that indeed
because I tried to register parties and who made sure that his agents at the political party registrar refused to register. He said that himself. All three parties. I did not put a gun to his head. I was not. They just refused to approve the names to make him make that announcement. Unfortunately, he did it in writing. It was not just something so-called fake alliances that are being constructed. He published a document. I made it still not run. All right. If it's still published, going to so when you do that, the party or inconvenience then we have me. Call you to account. Where if you say I'm going to do this the so-called tomorrow, that then tomorrow if you don't do it, we say why haven't you done it?
You're not going to divulge
until you fail to do it. We cannot accuse you of lying. So because I don't want to inconvenience and embarrass anyone until the time comes. He says when I take power, right? If it works, it will be known. If it doesn't, then I will not run because it's not easy. Or practical to run as an independent in exile. It would when be he takes power feasible, and he does not do what if I had a political party, then we say why haven't you done it? Running on because that party is in but we cannot do it preemptorily. We cannot do it before
you had mentioned something, and you said that you are still waiting for CJ Emeritus William Mutunga's arrival
before they fail
to actually
would be to make me unfair, and I'm not an unfair man.
You must keep demanding
now, the person
that each one of us remain faithful brother to promises we give.
It's Raila Odinga because I was with him. He's the one I saw.
You seem
but
to
instead
be
of championing for my rights, he may not have power. He can say, "Look, I'm doing it, but I don't have power."
But
no,
hear from you.
He's calling me a dog.
Is there anything
he's
that you feel
that what I'm
they
saying
have promised
today,
but deliberately
and I've not back.
For clarity, right? Dr. Miguna.
The problem is devaluing me. He's calling me an animal. You guys are in Nairobi. You interview this. But when I was swearing in Nairobi. I was a person, I was a good man, I was a lawyer. If you have not interviewed him, why don't you interview him and ask him?
Yeah, I've not interviewed him.
All these lawyers around Dr. Mutunga on the 12th, they were nowhere to be seen. They could have done it. Of October, you announced that you were traveling to Ontario, or ODM, Canada, but no, to accompany he's calling me a dog. Miguna when a man does that, why didn't you make the trip? When you hear man, because he didn't. Who calls at first out it was a lie, and I call it a lie because that's what it was. Dogs. That man should never be trusted with power. We were late in submitting our documents
on the flip side, they would argue that you also use
a person of a former chief justice, or even a cabinet minister, or a former cabinet minister, or even a person in my stature when metaphorically. I did not say you don't even go to the embassy. You send somebody a message. Do you understand? He accused me of a crime I had not committed. With a letter and a passport. And I was responding to it. This is different. Funds. When somebody and they will issue you a and you are responding. Multiple entries. Yes. Okay? But you know, I told you it's a metaphorical word. So let's assume you are late. But and you're not able to get say, for example, I was working with Macau on Monday. and Macau
within 2 weeks
with
maximum, you would get the
to
visa.
do something.
So
then instead of thanking
this
Macau
promise was made in
October,
October.
then you could
And
compare me to
we are
Raila Odinga.
at the end
There is nothing Macau has done for
the
me.
middle of March.
He leads Kenya Human Rights
the middle
Commission.
of March in 2022.
He has never championed for my freedom.
Don't
He's
you
never
see?
championed for my
I mean,
rights.
Anybody would be disappointed.
Whenever he does
not
it,
just that
he does it in a way that
he lied.
he's attacking rather than championing.
There are things I expect from Raila Odinga or William Ruto.
He's a very bad example.
Running for
he has
office
been forever
the
chairman of Kenya Human Rights
Commission. But I don't
expect this of a jurist. Because just like
this of a judge,
they know no term limits.
A retired
no they are supporting
Supreme Court judge, Chief Justice, President of the Supreme Court, and head of the judiciary, to lie like that.
So that's not a good example.
Lie. And this is not the first time he has lied to me.
Before I read them,
he lied to me in 2012 when he said he was going to preside over my book launch. And he never showed up. Then he reneged on it, and the media coddle him every time. Mutunga must be brought to account.
As far as the voter
He's
perceptions
too old
are
too
concerned.
senior
And
for
you
that
have mentioned
to happen.
how
and if
William
Mutunga
Ruto
can
will
do
beat
that
Raila
repeatedly,
Odinga. And
imagine
going
what
by
he was doing
what is being
behind
posted
closed
out here
doors
today as far as
a judge.
concerned. First, I want to read your
Behind-
thoughts on them.
imagine what
because I
others are
remember there was a
doing
time
who are
when
not
they
judges.
kept showing
So,
Raila Odinga as
unless we
leading,
call these
but
people
then the
to
flip side
account,
happened on the vote. The argument
we
could be
will
that the
never
votes were rigged
have
and
a
probably
system
that and all that.
that
What
is
is your take
presided
on
over
what's
by
happening today?
men
Because the
and women of
latest
integrity.
by Radio Africa
And that's
group,
what we are looking
group,
Right. And so if this was the case, then
a
Dr.
person you
Miguna,
mentioned as your very
I have
close friend,
hosted several politicians who have actually also said
putting Raila Odinga
that the moment they
ahead
take
of William
office,
Ruto
you'll
now.
be back in this country.
But
You know,
Kwako
Ruben
is
Kigame
Raila
himself
Odinga
said the
advisor.
same thing.
You
Musalia
see,
Mudavadi
the
said the
problem
same. Now the
with
deputy
Kenyans
president
is
has
that,
also said that.
you see, look at the
Don't you
ownership
question
of the people that are producing the
believability
polls.
of what they are saying? Because
So,
these
for
are
example,
material
Radio
period,
Africa,
and anything can be political
who
rhetoric.
are the real
Don't you question
people?
why aren't they
It's
doing
Evans
anything
Kidero,
right now to
it's
also at least
Kwako,
show you that indeed it will
and there
happen,
is another
going by
man
what has
whose
happened in
name
CJ
escapes me.
Mutunga?
All those
No,
people
you
are,
see, nobody
are in
told
Azimio.
Mutunga to say
They're
what
actually
he said that
ODM.
himself.
Yeah.
I did not put a
So
gun to his
when
head. I was
they
not even in
commission
Nairobi
a poll,
to make him make that announcement.
and I used
Yeah.
to commission
He
a
did it
poll
in
when I used to
writing.
work
It
for
was
Raila
not
Odinga.
just something.
You get the pollster,
He's quoted.
you pay the
He
pollster,
published
you
a
develop the
document
question
that is still available.
or you tell the
Right?
pollster to develop the
It's still
questions and bring the
published.
questions to you
So
for approval.
when you do that,
when you
then we have
develop the questions,
call you to
develop the
account.
question in such a
If
way
you say,
that
I'm going to
whatever
do this
people say
tomorrow,
in response to the questions,
Then tomorrow, if you
they will
don't
be
do it,
supporting
we
your
say,
candidate.
why haven't you
So
done it?
disregard
Until you
Radio
fail to
Africa
do it,
Group
we cannot accuse you
opinion
of lying.
polls. Disregard
So if
Musalia Mudavadi said what he
opinion
said.
polls.
In
Until
fact,
the time
entire
comes,
opinion
he said,
poll
when I
business in
take
Kenya,
power, right, it's not credible. Because if it was here, for example, and say the Liberal Party commissions a poll, or a poll is done by a member of the Liberal Party, and he does not do
they
what
will
he
disclose
says he
that.
do,
They will
then we
say
say
that was
why
a
haven't you
Liberal
done it?
Party poll.
But we
It was
cannot
done
do it
by the
preemptorily.
party.
We cannot do it
was
before
paid
they
for by
say.
the party. Right?
It was done by the party pollster.
So to
because parties
expect
here
me
have
to
pollsters.
accuse them.
So
So
when
when
they
people
fail,
analyze the poll,
would be to
they
make
start
me
from the
unfair,
premise
and I'm not an
that
unfair
poll
man.
must be looked at as
Yeah.
non-neutral.
Now, the person I blame
because it was
and
done
I
by
say
the party
has failed me.
But you see,
and
that does not
betrayed
happen
me.
in
It's
Kenya.
Raila Odinga
They
because
don't
I was
even
with him.
disclose
He's the one I
commission the
swore.
polls. But instead of
Who paid
championing
them? Because this
for
polls
my rights,
do not
he may not have
generate
power.
revenue.
He can say, look,
But the
I'm
argument
doing
that
it, but I
Terry is
don't have
that
power. But
when
no,
it favors
he's
the other
calling me
party,
a
then
dog.
it is credible. When it is not,
No,
then
He's
no,
saying
no.
that what I'm saying today,
I consider the polls
and I'm not
not
back, I've been
credible
talking,
regardless of who they favor.
he's
And I have done
devaluing
this
me.
consistently
He's calling
since I
me
returned to
an
Kenya in
animal, a
2006.
dog.
I was
But
the
when
first
I was
person
swearing him in,
to discredit
I was a
Stedman
person, I
polls.
was a good man, I
even
was a
went to
lawyer,
their
I was the
headquarters. If you
only
recall,
brave
if you-
Kenyan
If you are conscious
that
enough
did
to
that.
recall,
All these
remember
lawyers
that
around
I
him,
challenged
Orengo,
Dr.
Okendi
Amolo
to produce the
Sifuna.
questionnaires. They were nowhere to be
And
seen.
they
They
did,
could have
and
done
they
it.
discredited the questionnaire.
I was not even a member of
I
NASA
exposed
or
the
ODM.
fact that those
But no,
polls
he's calling
were
me a
done
dog.
to support
When a
Kibaki.
man does that,
I've
when
done
you
that
hear
consistently.
man,
So
I've not just
who
done it
calls
his
for
spouse,
anyone.
his children,
At the time,
or his
people could say I
associates.
was doing it for
Dogs.
Raila Odinga, but I didn't do it for Raila
That
Odinga.
man should never be
I just
trusted
did
with
it
power.
in order to expose the fact
But Dr. Miguna, on the flip side, they will argue that you also use
Dr. Miguna, could you probably clarify, deny or accept, or probably choose whichever way you'd like to answer this?
Metaphorically, I did not say Makau Mutua is a toad. Makau Mutua defamed me. Do you understand? He accused me of a crime I had not committed, and I was responding to him. It's different when somebody defames you and you are responding.
Of course, you've already said where you would put your vote.
But you know, I told you it's a metaphorical word.
Background.
But if say, for example, I was working with Makau Mutua, I practice law, and Makau Mutua stood with me to do something, then instead of thanking Makau Mutua, I called him a toad. Number two, then you could compare me to Raila. I have never. There is nothing Makau Mutua has done for red. He leads Kenya Human Rights Commission. He has never championed for my freedom. He's never championed for my rights to be vested. Whenever he does it in a way that the last time I met William Ruto was in 2013. Makau Mutua himself is the example. In the presence and company of Rafael forever the chairman of Kenya Human Rights Commission. He's the worst example in the world. I have made this very consistent. Just like a tour. They know no time limits. No wonder they are supporting Uhuru Kenyatta. Subvert the constitution so that he can tear the term limit. When Ruto and Uhuru were in the Hague. So that's not a good example. Ruto's lawyer,
I want to read some comments, but before I read them, Dr. Miguna, there's something that keeps happening every electioneering period, and that is
International Criminal Court
and
retained me as an expert witness.
To actually
I never spoke with Ruto. I only dealt with the lawyers. So anybody spreading the rumor,
and you have mentioned
like all the stupid Kenyan rumors,
Raila Odinga,
it's just that.
And going by what is being posted out here today as far as the opinion polls are concerned, first
be commissioned
on them,
from Toronto
because I remember there was a time when they
William Ruto has enough people in Nairobi.
Leading,
William Ruto has a stadium full of people working for him.
And all that. What is your take on what's happening today?
And
because
finally,
the latest by
everybody knows I cannot be both. By the way, if I wanted money, if money was the issue,
a person you mentioned as
the
your very
easiest
close
place
friend,
to get money and maybe get more money
is actually putting
is Uhuru Kenyatta. He's the president. The treasury, they raid the treasury every day. You see, the problem with Kenyans is that so money is in Azimio. Money is not with Ruto producing the poor. But if money was with Ruto, Ruto already has a team working for him. Who are the real? They have not approached me. I've not approached them. I have no interest in that kind of work. There's another man right now escapes me. Everybody knows all that ideologically are in Azimio. I'm not with Ruto ideologically. ODM. I'm not with Raila ideologically. When I'm a very radical socialist-oriented person. And I used to commission a poll when I used to work for when I talk politics, you get the practical realities of politics. You cannot confuse that with or you tell the pollster to develop the questions and bring the questions to you now for approval. Because we have to be realistic. When you develop there are two leading candidates in Kenya. You develop the question in such a way that whatever and William Ruto say in response to the question, William Ruto will be supporting Raila Odinga 70 to 30%. That's almost a fact. And by the way, I've spoken with some of those pollsters that are publishing rubbish. In fact, for your consumption, and they agree with me. In Kenya, they tell me in confidence that I'm right. Because if it was here, they tell me that my analysis is head on. And the liberal parties that are lying commissions a poll when they publish opinion. Or a poll is done because believe you me, a member of the liberal party. Maybe you're the only visitor to Jerusalem. They will disclose that. I know that was a liberal, almost everybody that matters. It was done by all the telephone numbers. It was paid for. So if I wanted to call someone, it's very easy done by the party to call any one of them. Because parties, I know even Uhuru's number. So if I wanted to work with any of them, start from the premise and wanted to apply for a job, must be looked at as non-neutral.
It would be
I
easier
am not was done by the party. Any of them.
Right.
But you see, that does not happen in Kenya. They don't
Talk to me a bit about the intrigues that you see happening in terms of this coalition formation holding together to deliver.
But the argument that there is that when it favors the other party, then it is credible. When it is not,
it's jostling for the number 2
I consider the polls
because
not credible regardless of who they favor.
Vote is for William Ruto
and I have done this consistently since I returned to Kenya
but
in
he's already won
2006.
from what you've analyzed.
I was the first
when I talk to the people who are pro-Azimio, they also say this thing
someone went to their headquarters, if you recall, if you are conscious enough to recall,
what would be the mistake, especially when it comes to holding these formations together, particularly on this number 2 position? We've
and they did, and I discredited the questionnaires,
saying that
I exposed
this thing has to go to Musalia Mudavadi,
those polls
or we have to put them to competitive analysis to be able to decide who's able
done
to
that
best
consistently.
to
So I've not just done it
the economy.
For anyone. At the time, people could say I was doing it for Raila Odinga, but I didn't do it for Raila Odinga. I just did it in order to expose the fact
because of our numbers
that they were not
and what we
objective.
provide on the table.
Dr. Miguna, could you probably clarify, deny or accept, or probably choose whichever way you'd like to answer this?
I think there's a new people who are saying Raila has taken power, lying to themselves.
Somewhere that,
but mostly they are saying it for public consumption.
Work for the deputy
I've seen
president
even in the villages, and I talk with some people in the villages. Even in the villages, the Luos did not even register in large numbers to the vote. They know Raila cannot
based on your background.
A lot of people know that William Ruto is going to beat Raila better than you can beat Uhuru Kenyatta. I mean, so it's a lie. That's how I think the consolation they have been giving themselves, number 2, is that Uhuru is going to rig for them. Never received, and unfortunately, they are going to find that a very
William Ruto or any Ruto agent,
a very hard,
not one dime.
Thirdly, hard fact to
the
swallow.
Last time I met William
when
Ruto
August comes
was in 2013.
So,
in the presence
regarding
company of Rafael
how
Tuju,
the coalition
I was then
work.
supporting Rafael Tuju.
Number 1,
made this very consistent.
The number 2 position is not that coveted.
In 20,
so anybody who tells you that number 2 is coveted is lying to you.
Was it 2010? No, the deputy presidency position
is not that coveted by either side.
Karim Khan,
because if you recall, the reality is that the Kikuyus do have a president right now, isn't it?
Retained me as an expert witness. But this president has been the worst president for Kikuyus
since independence.
So anybody spreading
he has destroyed Kikuyu businesses.
Like all
he has evicted
stupid
Kikuyus
Kenyan
who cannot afford even a place to live in.
Flagrantly
he has brutalized them. There are a lot of Kikuyus whose bodies are found in rivers floating. Nobody has said how they died.
To work for William
Ruto. He arrests them.
William Ruto has enough.
He humiliates Kikuyus.
William Ruto
including
has
the recent one,
a stadium full of people working for him.
So nobody can tell you.
And finally,
that being a deputy
everybody knows I cannot be both.
Is more important than being a president.
Money.
Yet they have a president now who is just
the easiest place to get
money. He abuses them orally,
more money.
And he abuses
them
Uhuru
Kenyatta is the president.
He abuses them economically.
They raid the treasury every day
to get richer, and his family to get richer by monopolizing the production of milk and the insurance and banking business.
But if money was with Ruto, Ruto already has a team working for him.
Power.
They have not approached
and
me.
They know that
I have not
right
approached
now,
them.
In this
I
government,
have no interest in that kind of
the person
work.
who probably
right now,
is
everybody knows that
to
ideologically,
the president in terms of power.
I'm not with Ruto ideologically.
Kibicho,
I'm not with Raila ideologically. I'm a very radical,
and they are not
socialist-oriented person.
So they know that,
all right.
But when why would you negotiate for a deputy president
practical reality
when you know what is happening to Ruto?
You cannot confuse that.
Who has made it an attractive position right now?
And right now, as we speak,
because you can't rule out the
realistic.
Fact that history
there
will
are
repeat
two
itself.
leading candidates in
the
Kenya.
Same way Jaramogi was mistreated,
Raila Odinga
the same way
and William
Ruto was
Ruto.
mistreated,
William
the same way
Ruto
was
will
abused,
beat Raila Odinga
the same way Karanja was abused, the same way Kibaki was
That's
abused.
almost a fact.
And now,
and by the way, I've spoken with some of those pollsters that are publishing rubbish.
So
for your consumption, and they agree with me
that the most important
confidence that I'm right,
that people are negotiating for,
they tell me that my analysis
position is lying to you.
These analysts that are lying to you, when they publish,
I have to take them at their word.
Because believe you me, maybe you are the only visitor to Jerusalem.
I know
everybody in Kenya, almost everybody that
matters. To act.
I have all their telephone numbers.
But when he normally tells
if I wanted to call someone, it's very easy to call anyone.
He refused the swearing in.
All right.
The one who went with Raila to convince him to
so if I wanted to work with
and he
any
told me
of
to
them,
my face
and wanted to apply for a job,
and he didn't come. I could call any. It's not like we were not expecting that we were expecting him to come. Right. He had already told us at a meeting that he was not coming.
Talk to me a bit about the intrigues that you see happening.
You see, a lot of people have been very unfair
coalition formations holding together.
They're saying he did this, he did this, as if he lied.
This now I'm asking you from
he didn't lie.
A political commentary perspective.
He actually told me the truth.
Because we've already started seeing
Miguna, I don't know about this. Position. You know me, I'm a conservative man.
As you say,
and he is a conservative, and he says so. He does not pretend to be something he's not.
He wants to lose, but he's already.
The problem I have is with people pretending, and they are not who they are. Raila Odinga pretending to be radical, he's fighting for people, and he's not. So he's lying.
From where you
sit, like
what would be the mistake,
I don't know what I signed, blah blah blah, and then he does exactly the opposite.
These formations together, particularly on this number 2 position. We already started seeing
Malala saying that
this thing has to go to Musalia Mudavadi.
I think that he made a decision,
a
conscious one,
a competitive analysis to decide who's able
to
best fit to support
if they discussed portfolio or whatever, that remains at the realm
the Kikuyus also are saying,
confidentiality agreement. When they disclose that, we will know. I will not take anything Malala says to the bank.
What's your take on this, Dr.? You wouldn't take what Malala says to the bank, and he gave the signs of a potential working formula together with Musalia Mudavadi and the DP,
Raila has taken power and
showing signs in Mumias, and it came to pass. That also say that he could be speaking for someone, and that could be
I've seen
the deputy president
in the villages, and I talked with some people in the villages.
Yeah, but you see, for someone
even
who
in the villages,
at the cabinet
the Luos did not even register in large numbers to the vote. They know Raila cannot win.
Sometimes
a lot of people
don't say
that
those
William Ruto is going to beat Raila better than you can beat Mkenge. I mean,
people think
so.
Sometimes
it's a lie. The opposite. I think the consolation they have been giving themselves
there is something
is that Uhuru is going to win for them. And unfortunately, they are going to find that.
But you know what you want, right? But anybody who is following the balloon
very hard
is following,
fiction.
Hard facts to swallow. I will not read Malala the way you are reading him.
So
Malala is probably sent there
how the coalition will work
and see reactions.
Number one,
as the scheming
the number 2 position is not that
it is the scheming part that I'm interested
in. So anybody who tells you that number 2 is coveted is lying to you.
That you're interested in, because then William Ruto will not.
No, the deputy presidency position.
What do you think
is not that coveted by either side? Because if you recall, the reality is that the reality do have a president right now, isn't it?
There is what I want.
This is a question of ethnicity. Realistically,
but this president has been the worst president for Kikuyus since
presumptuous of Kikuyus to insist.
He has destroyed Kikuyu businesses. He has evicted Kikuyus
because we cannot afford
even a place to live in. He has brutalized
I know people will argue
that a lot of Kikuyus whose bodies are found in rivers floating.
Free.
Nobody has said how they died.
Constitutionally, legally,
he
humiliates Kikuyus,
including Kikuyus. Including Karachi.
I agree.
You understand? So nobody can tell you
that being a deputy president is more important than being a president. Yet they have a president now who is just still president.
He abuses them orally,
I think
verbally,
and he abuses them physically.
If the Kikuyus abuses them economically, and he's using them, and that is with Raila, and similarly with Ruto.
By monopolizing the production of milk
brings
and the danger is,
insurance,
particularly with Raila. So everybody knows he's old, and they're saying he's a transitional president.
So which means, and they know that right now,
in the next 5 years, it will be another Kikuyu president.
The person who probably is
so what have you done? Because
closer to
that he wanted somebody else
of power.
So what is it that you would be doing if he's insisting that Raila is president, and then immediately after that, Raila could either die?
So they know that.
Because he's too old.
So why would you negotiate for a deputy president?
Or when you know what is happening to
either way, who has made it a very unattractive position right now? Because you can't rule out the fact that mobilizing history will repeat itself. The same way Jaramogi was mistreated, the same way Murumbi was mistreated, and the same way Ruto I would speak, the same way Karanja was abused, the same way Kibaki was abused.
I think Gachagua is the best communicator of that team.
Ruto.
I think he's the best mobilizer. So anyone who
I think Gachagua understands
that the most important position
more than anybody else at that
people are negotiating for, because Uhuru's aid, but he's a very, is lying to you.
Insightful man.
Number two,
him closely, and I think when it comes to real politics, it's Gachagua.
I have worked with,
but if it comes to optics,
I know Musalia Mudavadi.
Then it would have to be someone else.
Slow to
I don't know. I don't want to propose anybody.
But when he normally tells you I'm doing this,
it could be somebody from the coast. It could
be
Nano.
Swearing in.
I don't
I'm
know.
the one who went with Raila to convince him to support you.
Allow me to read
and he told me to my
comments
face
right here
that he didn't like it.
And
he didn't come. It's not like we were not expecting him to come. That we were expecting him to come. He had already told us at a meeting that he was not coming. So he didn't lie.
What happened in Kenya today?
You see, a lot of people have been very unfair to Mudavadi. They are saying he did this, as if he lied.
You want to respond to him?
He didn't lie. He actually told me the truth.
Right.
Miguna, I don't know about this. You know me, I'm a conservative man. And he is. And he is a conservative. And he says so. He does not pretend to be something he is not. The problem I have is with people pretending, and they are not who they are. Raila Odinga, pretending to be radical. He's fighting for people, and he's not. So he's lying. People like Kalonzo saying, I don't know what I signed, blah, 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 and then he does exactly the opposite.
He saw Raila as president, but where is he now and where is Raila now? Miguna is a villain and Raila an angel. Trust Raila at your own risk.
Miguna
now a devil despite the risk he on behalf of Raila took.
And
Miguna,
that
you are one of us. God bless you. This is
portfolio or whatever.
He says
Miguna
is an eloquent liar, a hater in chief. This is from
confidentiality between them. When they
disclose
that,
says,
we will
Miguna
know.
is a very sober
I will
man.
not take
God will bless
anything
him. One day, those torturing him
to the bank
will be put to shame. He wouldn't take what Malala says to the bank. And he gave the signs of a potential working that formula together. You say that no matter what and the DP the man had done, he will still mumias and it came to pass. There are those who say that he could be speaking deserving of the same moral, legal, the deputy president and the NC brigade that I was demanding.
Yeah, but you see, for someone who has sat at the cabinet table, and I have
is in part what you've been able to say when your wife was actually talking about Raila Odinga.
Sometimes you don't say those
things
to be saying that
no matter what this person has done, he's still a human being.
People
and
think
deserves
you want.
the same
Sometimes you want
legal
the
and constitutional rights
you
that
see,
you have been demanding.
There is something called a trial balloon.
Is there time, Dr.
You can float
that you will forgive Raila Odinga?
But you know what you want, right? But anybody who is following the balloon is following,
this question.
fiction.
Because forgiveness.
I will not read Malala the way you are reading him.
Forgiveness.
Malala
and before you can forgive
there to
number one,
fly a balloon.
They have to confess
and see reactions.
They have to admit and acknowledge that
scheming happened.
They did a wrong.
It is the scheming part that I'm interested
forgiveness.
in.
Right.
And they must fully account
that
for
you're interested
it. Now,
in,
maybe
then William Ruto
even without getting justice,
alone, he needs to have
after they have done all of that.
What do you think is the winning formula?
But Raila has not acknowledged that he betrayed me and betrayed the other Kenyans. He has not confessed,
and there is what I want.
He has not sought forgiveness.
Realistically,
and there has been,
I think,
no justice or accountability for the betrayal
to insist.
Therefore, there is no need
on having
a deputy president.
If you forgive,
because we've had too many
without
those steps
we go by ethnicity.
That's not
I know people will argue.
That's surrender,
which is exactly what
all Kenyans are free.
And you can tell
and I agree
where it got us.
Raila surrendered without
demanding anyone is allowed to run for president,
Sando and other people's
including Kikuyus,
in the hand
including Kalenjins.
I agree.
Raila surrendered without asking for electoral
justice.
The optics,
without asking
is that
the IEBC,
Jomo Kenyatta was
supposed to be open.
Kibaki was a
without
Kikuyu,
asking
Uhuru is a
for
Kikuyu,
the reform
and is still
transformation
president, or I think
over,
optically it looks bad.
Of the IEBC.
If the same people that stole elections, the running mate, and that is with Raila,
are still
similarly with Ruto.
In fact,
because you know what
more
that
powerful
what that brings, the danger is, particularly with Raila,
Chebukati,
everybody knows his old, and they are saying he's a transitional president.
So
which means that.
How are you going to have
which means in the next 5 years, it will be another Kikuyu president
that stole elections,
including the one. What have you done? Because Uhuru said
that he wanted somebody else. What's a school here? They're all convinced that he would be doing. None of them has if he's insisting that Raila is president, and then immediately after that, Raila could either die.
You believe what they're saying?
Because he's
Dr.
too
Miguna,
old.
do you believe what they're saying?
Or it could I believe it because it happened. Or I know elections after one term. Either way, I mean, everybody knows Uhuru did not win election immediately afterwards. You have to have lived in mass to believe that Uhuru got 78% of Kenyan voters. In terms of mobilizing, where were the voters? You saw what I think the Kikuyus expected did to the returning officer. And if I were Ruto, I would literally assault the man as the DP. If I were him, I'm not him. So I think Gachagua is the best communicator. And they were doing it for Uhuru Kenyatta. We know that Musano did not commit suicide. I think Gachagua understands he did not abduct himself politics. And where was his body dumped? In Kiambu? Why did we forget so far? Aid, but he's what a very, very insightful He wanted to put an electronic system, and I think when it comes to real politics, it's Gachagua. So he wanted to prevent rigging. But if it comes to optics, the only person who could have killed him was the person who rigged the elections because he wanted to get Musando out of the way. I don't know. I don't want to propose anybody. But it could be Mudavadi. It could be somebody from the coast. So why are we behaving as if it could be Nanok? We lost our memory.
All right, Dr.
That Uhuru stole elections and abused the judiciary.
I have Omondi Gwada who says, you are wallowing in myopia, General. You know not what happened in Kenya today. Ground shifted, and most probably you are
until they could not preside. There was no quorum for purposes of presiding over very important cases. All these things did not happen.
Right.
We forgot about them.
Next time you want to dress down your enemy, hire Miguna.
That is what Raila Odinga wants us to accept.
Roberto Onyeda says, ask Daktari what is his stand, or who can he probably support for other polls, and also ask him whether he is planning to go for
this election, like Raila is saying, Britain will be free and fair, and there is nothing institutional, nothing structural,
Raila as president,
nothing has happened
where is he now and where is Raila now? Miguna is a villain and Raila an angel. Trust Raila at your own risk.
What are we living in?
Now a devil despite the risk he on behalf of Raila took.
Come August 9,
one of us.
I know you are not a prophet.
That is not anywhere in your description. He says Miguna is an eloquent liar, a hater-in-chief. This is from Kuala.
It is Raila
from Wende Mashare says Miguna is a very sober man. God will bless him.
Because you already said William Ruto will beat him more than Abu Kenge could be beaten. But what happens?
I cannot say Raila will not win.
Dr.
you
mentioned
something. Should be, let's assume
you say that no matter what
the
man has done, he will still,
even though he has not
or
won.
he was still a human, and being deserving of the same moral, legal, and constitutional rights
will not accept it.
that I was demanding.
Why would they accept it?
Had to be.
Why would they
accept it? Listen, Eugene.
What you've been able to say
in 2007
when your wife was actually talking about Raila Odinga, and you seem to be saying that.
And there was civil war.
No matter what this person has done, he's still a human being. He deserves the same
were you in Kenya?
Legal and constitutional rights.
I was following closely. I was not in Kenya.
No, were you in Kenya, Mr.
No, I was not, but I was following closely.
Yeah, so you were not in Kenya, I was in Kenya.
You will forgive Raila Odinga.
There was civil war. Okay? So, there was civil war in Kenya. I don't know why I'm asked this question. In 2017, you know, forgiveness Uhuru Kenyatta stole elections. Only comes if somebody asks for forgiveness. There was no peace. And before you can forgive anyone, now, number one, it is going to be worse in 2022. They have to admit and acknowledge that because they Uhuru exposed himself so badly. They must seek.
So you want to say Raila Odinga cannot win fairly?
And they must fully account for it. He cannot win fairly at all. He will not even without 49% justice. Raila cannot get 40% fairly. But Raila cannot acknowledge that. And this is because other than Luo Nyanza betrayed the other Kenyans, there is nowhere else where he has not confessed. He has a few votes in Nairobi. He has not sought forgiveness. Raila will not get votes. There has been votes in Western. Raila will not get significant votes in Coast. For the betrayal. Raila will not get significant votes. There is no need for forgiveness. Raila will not get significant votes in Central. Raila will not get significant votes in Eastern. That's not where is he going to get the votes to win? That's surrender. Which is exactly what Raila did.
People who never supported
him, and you can tell where it got us. You see, Raila surrendered without demanding accountability. The billionaires, have you seen them in the campaign trail? How many meetings have they called? How many people have attended? How many public rallies has Uhuru called electoral justice? Uhuru cannot hold any public rally in Central Province. He can't. To be opened. He can only hold rallies
asking for the reform
at Sagana,
or transformation,
and at State House.
Over
how many people can go to Sagana and State House? Maximum
the same
5,000.
people that stole elections at the IBC
and majority of people who go there will not vote for.
In fact,
for Raila Odinga.
More powerful than they were
I mean,
in 2017.
Uhuru's cabinet will not vote for Raila Odinga.
Chebukati,
the Jubilee members of parliament will not vote for Raila Odinga. Because if they do, they will not win their seats.
How are you going to have electoral justice?
Even right now, they cannot join elections,
including the ones confessing
I don't want us to go away from what you just said, because I want to substantiate that. You said there will be civil war if Raila Odinga was to win.
Apprehended,
I would probably expect that you would say whoever wins constitutes. Do you believe what they're saying? It has been lost, and there are procedures to be followed to be able to
I believe it, because it happened. I know elections were stolen.
If elections are rigged,
I mean, everybody knows Uhuru did not win elections.
Nobody
you have to have lived in mass
a stolen election.
To believe that Uhuru got 78%
elections
of
must
Kenyan
only
voters.
Be considered
where were the
it
voters?
Is free, it is
you
fair,
saw what
it is credible,
Alice
and the right
did
person who won is announced as the winner.
And that can be done without a civil war, no?
No, but I'm saying Raila can only win if it is imposed.
And they were doing it for
if elections are free,
we know
elections
that
are
fair,
elections are credible,
Raila will not get 40%. He did not abduct himself.
Take that to the
bank. And where was his body down?
My friend, you will be interviewing me in August after Raila lost.
And he wanted to put an electronic system that was going to prevent electoral theft. So he wanted to prevent rigging.
I'm told we have run out of time.
The only person who could have killed him was the person who rigged the elections, because he wanted to get himself out of the way so that
Calvin
he could rig elections.
Says he's out of his mind on the numbers, though. These
so why are we behaving as
the numbers that you're saying
we lost our memory that Uhuru who stole elections
as far as
and abused the judiciary?
I would like you guys to unmute General. I want to hear what he's saying.
Send people to shoot at the deputy chief justice's car.
Yes, we can hear you.
Justice Muilu, those are people and frightened the Supreme Court until they would not preside. There was no. They have never met any of these players. For purposes of presiding over very important cases. The position all these things did not happen. We forgot about them. How stupid I know this man like the back of my hand. That is what Raila Odinga wants us to accept. I know Kenyan politics like the back of my hand. I don't have to be in Kenya to understand it. How can when I tell you what I'm telling you, I'm not telling you because I'm not supporting Raila Odinga. That this election, if Raila was winning, I would say Britain would win. Will be free and fair. I did not support Raila Odinga. I did not even vote for him. But I acknowledge nothing structural. When my own candidate that I voted to change rigged the election, I turned against him. Why? Because I'm not a supporter of rigging. What was I even if the person rigging is my candidate?
You ask, but right.
You said there are SONU friends who are being sent to you to actually endorse Raila Odinga, and you said you'll be able to talk about them that to be able to clarify on the same.
Raila Odinga,
who are these people and
of what significance? I saw from the already said William Ruto will beat him more than Aburukenge could be beaten. But
what happened? I cannot say his name because Raila will not win. So I think the question should be: he's from Azimio and they sent it. That they
we can handle the heart attack. That we have paramedics around here.
Even though he has I know who I'm talking about. He's from Central Province. And he's from Azimio. Because people will not accept him. And he's a good friend.
Why would they accept him? Why would they accept him?
Listen, he was sent to talk. Listen, Eugene. Unfortunately, in 2007, just like he lost election, so he didn't get very far. He saw himself in. There is no way I can support Raila Odinga. And there was civil war. What they were saying is that even if I'm not supporting Raila Odinga, I should not endorse. No, were you in Kenya? Well, today on national TV, I'm saying
I was not in Kenya.
Were you in Kenya?
No, I was not, but I was following closely.
Yeah, so you were not in Kenya. I was in Kenyans to vote for him. It was so that we can put an end, to this cycle of dynastic tyranny. Now. I will say that in 2017, Uhuru Kenyatta stole election. Miguna. And what happened? Hereby declare there was no peace. That Kenyans who now are it is going to be worse to freedom in 2022 and the rule of law should vote for William Ruto because Uhuru exposed himself so badly. I said it.
So you want to say Raila Odinga cannot win fairly? Did you say
that's what you're saying?
He can never. Because he cannot win fairly
anybody
at all. He will not even get 49%.
If it was Eugene Anangwe there versus Raila Odinga, would you have endorsed me?
And this is because other than Luo Nyanza, I'm a Kenyan. There's nowhere else where Raila votes. He has a few votes in Nairobi. But that's it.
Articulated.
Raila will not get votes, significant votes in Western. Raila will not get significant votes in Coast. Raila will not get significant votes from the Rift Valley. Raila will not get significant votes in Central. Raila will not get significant votes.
I am sure you will be calling.
Where is he going to get the votes to win?
For having been 100% right.
People who never supported him now are backing him. Right, they have endorsed him.
Who are they?
Doing this for
the billionaires? Have you seen them in the campaign trail? How many meetings have they called? How many people have attended? How many public rallies has Uhuru called?
Uhuru
cannot hold any public rally in Central Province.
If you are blocked by Miguna, come
he can only hold rallies.
Copy-pasting what he's saying. First of all, on a lighter note, I mean, what are they not to do things?
How many people can go to Sagana and State House? Maximum 5,000.
If they don't want to eat a block from you.
And majority of people who go there will not vote for 2 million for Raila Odinga.
So clearly,
I mean, Uhuru's cabinet will not vote for Raila Odinga.
You're followed by less than 100.
The Jubilee members of parliament will not vote for
Raila.
Because if they do, they will not win their seats back home.
You are there
even right now, they cannot join ODM.
Yeah, but Dr. I don't want us to go away from what you just said, because I want to substantiate that. You said there'll be civil war if Raila Odinga was to
you
win.
can see that people like
I would
Ruto,
probably expect that you'd say whoever wins concede defeat, and
even
if
somebody
it has been
like
lost, then there are
Professor
procedures to be
Lekiat.
followed to be able
I
to
don't
ascertain.
block them. I actually follow them.
No.
Even though
if elections are rigged,
there are a lot
nobody
of
should
people like even
defeat.
Mutula Kilonzo Jr.
Nobody should
concede, but I don't agree with
election.
As
elections must only be considered in a way that it is fair, it is credible, and the right person who
but if you come to my Twitter handle,
and that can be done without a civil war,
and to be obscene.
No, but I'm saying Raila can only win if he's
because I don't have to read.
If elections are free, elections are fair, elections are credible, Raila will not get 40%. Take that to the bank. My friend, you will be interviewing me in August
just keep
after
quiet.
Raila's loss,
that's part of a discourse.
And you will laud me as a prophet.
But the people, the one that I was talking about yesterday,
so Dr. I'm told we have run out of time,
not only put
and
my
I want
picture,
us to be able to roll the curtains to this conversation right about now. Calvin Kodalo says he's out of his mind on the numbers. These, I think he's talking about the numbers that you're saying Raila will not get, despite what we've seen as far as endorsement is concerned. I would like to unmute General. I want to hear
for more than
what
30
he's
minutes.
saying. I can see Dr.
That is defamatory.
I am not mute
because I did not comment
yes, we can hear you now.
Those are people comment on any of the speakers. These are people who watch Raila on TV.
They have never met any of these players.
I don't like people
who are
so desperate.
The position he says
to use my name,
okay,
for purposes of attacking.
I know this man like the back of my hand. So I know Kenyan politics like the back of my hand.
I'm sure
I don't have to be in Kenya to understand it. When I tell you what I'm telling you, I'm not telling you because I'm not supporting Raila Odinga. If Raila was winning, I would say he would win. In 2017, I did not support Raila Odinga. I did not even vote for him. But I acknowledge he won. When my own candidate that I voted for him rigged the election, I turned against him because I'm not a supporter of rigging. Even if the person rigging is my candidate.
Let the law be followed. You said there are Sonu friends who are being sent to you to actually endorse Raila Miguna, and you said you'll be able to talk about them
who are
clarify on the same. Who are these people
family who are directing?
Of what significance? I saw from the
not vote.
Would you endorse
says you can say whatever you want, but we
no, I will not give his name because we'll have a heart attack.
You registered. You have your vote.
He's from Azimio and they sent it.
We can handle the heart attack, Doctor. We have paramedics around here.
Station of my vote. I know who I'm talking about. These people have not allowed me to go back. But you know, it is funny what people say that, you know, going back to Kenya is a right. It's not a privilege.
And to tell you the truth, Canada is a fully developed country.
And he tried.
Unfortunately, if it was a question of
like a hack, so he didn't get the structural and there is no way I can infrastructural.
What they were saying is that even if I'm political, Odinga should not endorse William Ruto. Well, today on national TV, I'm saying I 100% endorse William Ruto. And I'm asking all Kenyans to vote for him so that we can put an end to this cycle of nature of the country's tyranny. I will say that without apology.
Yeah,
I endorse. Nobody would leave Canada to go to Kenya. Hereby, declared it's a very safe country, safer than the US, one of the safest countries in the world.
Committed,
freedom and very rich.
Of law.
I mean, I earn a very good living. Why would anybody? I go to Kenya because it's my right, it's my country, it's my motherland, and it's my right to decide where I live, where I want to work, whatever I want to do. Nobody should be able to take that. So I'm not pleading. It's not something that anybody is going to give me. I expect people to obey the law. That's it.
Capable of thinking.
If I don't obey the law, you apprehend me, and the law will deal with me as required. But nobody has a right over where I live, where I work,
and I will be
what I do with
right
my life.
or wrong on August 9.
I
am sure you will be calling me to
Thank you so much, Dr. Miguna, for your time. Thank you for spending time with us on Lookup TV. We hope to have another conversation.
I'm doing it for
just to confirm, I did read your book. I enjoyed reading it.
There is also an imposter right there, of course.
You when you talk about the trip that you were making, there are people who are saying you
unawakulisha block sana,
and I'm hoping that they are saying forthcoming show here,
if you are blocked by Miguna, come for reviews,
we can invite you to just analyze and review the book.
First of all, on a lighter note, I mean, what are the not to do things that someone should not?
Sometimes you ask, you come and just analyze. You do a review. You tell us about more. Because I had questions. Actually, I wanted to ask about everything I was reading.
You can answer questions, but I don't think it will be fair to leaders to influence them how they should apprehend.
And maybe you're throwing shade. It's okay. It will grow.
But asante sana for your time, and we'll talk next time.
You were there
one day. That has been Miguna himself talking to us live from Toronto, Canada.
So the point is, my friend,
it's a wrap right here for us. We want to thank all the over 1,000 who are actually live streaming with us right here. And I see Joseph Omondi, who's just written to us on YouTube live stream, and he says Miguna must attend or must witness the Raila being sworn come August 9. And I have another one saying, come back, General, congratulate Janyando, come baby, come. And Longa Media says, I'm not body. Of course, thank you very much for making time to be with us right here on Lookup TV. We are available across all the 47 counties. We are consigned to air. All you need to do is just do a full fresh scan, and you'll be able to locate Lookup TV on Signal free of charge. And we are solutions-focused media house. Thus, of course, we live stream across all our digital platforms.
And I can either engage you or just keep quiet.
That's part of it. All you need to do is just subscribe, like, and get the notification bell activated, and anytime we're live, we'll be able to get this kind of content and more. Talk to us on the other kind of shows or guests you'd like us to be able to bring right here on the program. We'll be happy to do that. We'll continue having conversations about this great country, Kenya, ahead of the August 9 vote. More guests will be coming here to be able to also articulate themselves on the various issues. My name, as always, is Eugene
KTN. And they commented on it probably for more than 30 minutes. So that is defamatory. Because I did not comment on Wetangula, and I did not comment on any of the speakers at William Ruto's event. So I don't like people who are so desperate to use my name for purposes of attacking their enemies. These are Azimio desperate people. So I reported that account, and I'm sure Twitter has already suspended.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700-893-542 or send us an email to views@look-up.tv. We can't wait to hear from you.
Raila, tell Ruto to take you back in Kenya, okay? Benson Washira says he's a Kenyan. If he did wrong, let the law be followed. It's clear, but not treated as he was. Someone else says, yeah, Viva Miguna. And another one says, who are the Razian family who are directing when yourself you will not vote. And he says, you can say whatever you want, but we will vote Agwambo. By the way, confirm, Daktari, you registered. You have your vote.
By the way, the IBC confirmed I was already registered. I just changed the station of my vote because these people have not allowed me to go back. But you know, it is funny what people say there. You know, going back to Kenya is a right. It's not a privilege. And to tell you the truth, Canada is a fully developed country. if it was a question of just the structural and infrastructural and economic and political nature of the countries, nobody would leave Canada to go to Kenya. It's a very safe country, safer than the US, one of the safest countries in the world, you know, and very rich. I mean, I earn a very good living. Why would anybody, I go to Kenya because it's my right, it's my country, it's my motherland, and it's my right to decide where I live, where I want to work, whatever I want to do. Nobody should be able to take that. So I'm not pleading. It's not something that anybody is going to give me. I expect people to obey the law. That's it. Right. If I don't obey the law, you apprehend me, and the law will deal with me as required. But nobody has a right over where I live, where I work, and what I do with my life.
Right.
Thank
you. Thank you so much, Dr. Miguna, for your time. Thank you for spending time with us on Look Up TV. We hope to have another conversation. Just to confirm, I did read your book. I enjoyed reading it. Mixed emotions right there, of course, when you talk about the trip that you were making after 20 years and a lot more. And I'm hoping that in our forthcoming show here on Look Up TV, where we'll be doing book reviews, we can invite you to just analyze and review the book and more.
You know, the authors don't analyze their own books.
Sometimes you're asked, you come and just analyze. You do a review, you tell us about more.
No.
Because I had questions. Actually, I wanted to ask about everything I was reading.
You can answer questions, but I don't think it would be fair to readers to influence them how they should apprehend the book.
Correct. Yeah. But asante sana for your time, and we'll talk next time. Thank you so much. That has been Miguna himself talking to us live from Toronto, Canada. Of course, it's a wrap right here for us. We want to thank all the over 1,000 who are actually live streaming with us right here. And I see Joseph Omondi, who's just written to us on YouTube live stream, and he says Miguna must attend or must witness the Raila being sworn in come August 9. And I have another one saying, come back, General, congratulate Janyando, come, baby, come. And Ronga Media says, I'm not boarding. Of course, thank you very much for making time to be with us right here on Look Up TV. We are available across all the 47 counties. We are on Signet, free to air. All you need to do is just do a full fresh scan and you'll be able to locate Look Up TV on Signet free of charge. And we are solutions focused media house. Plus, of course, we live stream across all our digital platforms. Look Up TV on Facebook, and of course on YouTube it's Look Up TV. All you need to do is just subscribe, like, and get the notification bell activated. And anytime we are live, we'll be able to get this kind of content and more. Talk to us on the other kind of shows or guests you'd like us to be able to bring right here on the program. We'll be happy to do that. We'll continue having conversations about this great country, Kenya. Ahead of the August 9 vote, more guests will be coming here to be able to also articulate themselves on the various issues. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye for now.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700 893 542 or send us an email to views@look-up.tv. We can't wait to hear from you.
UDA oye! Harambee! 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 UDA! 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 Allah, asanteni sana. Asanteni sana, mnaweza kuchukua viti zenu. Thank you very much. Mwenyekiti wetu